Welcome to episode 3 of Multifamily Pro TV. We're going to talk a little bit about how an online magazine can become a lead generator for apartment leases. When we talk about an online magazine, we're really talking about a blog. We just think online magazine sounds a little sexier than blog. And one of the things I'd like for you to think about is, what is your current cost per lease relative to marketing? And a lot of folks in the industry sort of fall into that range of their marketing costs are around $200 per unit per year. So if you have say a 300 unit apartment complex, that's about $60,000 per year in marketing costs. And what we've found and what our clients have found is that content marketing in the form of blogs and online magazines, they've been able to take out anywhere from 40 to 60% of their marketing costs. We sort of fell into how this worked with our own portfolio in that somewhere in late, 2005, 2006, we decided we wanted to create a blog. And we did that. It was called The Urbane Life. What we found was, as we produced more articles, we saw our website traffic increase. And as our website traffic would increase, our physical traffic through the door would increase via guest cards. And so content drives prospects to your website. And an increase in website equals more leasing prospects. One of the key areas you have to start with is understanding, where are you right now? I don't know how many of you are using Google Analytics or some sort of analytics on your website, but you really need to understand how many visitors do you currently have to your website now, so that you can draw a line in the sand and you can start to track your progress. We use Google Analytics. It works very well. It's free. It's pretty simple to use. One of the things that you do want to start out with, though, is you want to make sure that you're separating new traffic from total traffic. Because lots of times, particularly those of you that have online payments and online service requests, those kind of things, you have existing residents coming to your site. So you sort of want to separate out the two. And that's easy to do in your analytics program. Once you do that, you can then start to pay attention to your conversion rate. Meaning, so if I have a 300 unit apartment complex, how many visitors to my website do I need in order to create enough traffic to lease, say, 150 units a year? Which, if you have a 300 unit apartment complex, you should need to lease somewhere around 150 units a year. As you begin to do that, you can figure out how much you need to increase or decrease the amount of content you're putting out there. One of the things that I think folks get mixed up on is, there's so many different channels out there that you can use. There's YouTube and Facebook and blogs and Twitter and all kind of different things. First of all, your blog is the central starting point of your content strategy. We believe that to start, you can do a minimum of 8 articles a month, and those articles should range anywhere from 250 to 300 words each and have a picture. We also recommend that you have a Flickr account, and that would be a commercial account, so that you can geotag all of your pictures. We don't talk much about Flickr because it's not nearly as sexy as some of the other stuff, but we get somewhere around 10 to 11,000 monthly views of our Flickr account. So it's definitely something to use with a commercial account. You can set up folders. We have ours separated out by property, and then interior and exterior photos. And then we also have other folders for like resident events and those kind of things. Next thing is a branded YouTube channel, so that as you take videos, you can upload all those into your YouTube channel. And with all of these things that you're doing for content, you want to make sure that you're tagging it correctly. So tagging means that what do you think people are typing into a search box to find your apartments? So in our case, we believe people type in apartments Royal Oak or apartments Royal Oak, Michigan. So those are the kind of things that we use to tag with, and consequently it helps you come up higher in your search rankings. The other thing we use is a Twitter account. We have named our Twitter account the Urbane Life as opposed to Urbane Apartments. I think it's a little bit of a softer sell. And we also have a Facebook page that's also called the Urbane Life. Something to drive home too is you hear a lot in the social media space that it's not about the numbers, it's about the engagement. I certainly agree with that comment. But at the end of the day, it is about the numbers, because I see so many apartment communities that have, 100 Twitter followers or 150 Facebook fans. And when you look at it, 2/3 of those are other people in the industry, and only a handful of either residents or prospects. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if any people from the industry are on our Facebook page. It's not that I don't like them, but that's not who we're broadcasting to or that we're trying to capture. It's prospects. So your 5 things are your blog, your Flickr account, your YouTube account, Twitter, and Facebook. And there's certainly lots of other things you can do too, but that's sort of what we've established as the base of our branded media. We would also recommend that with both your Facebook and your Twitter, you have your branded logo on there, something that helps with your Facebook page, what they call a landing page, and you do email capture. There are several different Facebook apps today that you can cobble those things together yourself if you want to, or you can get outside help with that. Once you sort of have those 5 things established, you need to start creating consistent and regular content. We've chosen to do, for our content, things about our neighborhoods and what's going on locally. Who has the best sushi? Where's the best dry cleaner? Those kind of things. And it has opened up a whole array of opportunities for us here at Urbane, in that because we've created such a pretty significant digital following. We have close to 40,000 monthly visitors to our online magazine. We started to become a media partner with different folks. We just recently became a media partner with a TV show. It's called Dining in the D, where they went out and they shot TV footage that was viewed on the local PBS channel. And they did that for, I think, about 13 or 14 Wednesday evenings. And so we were a part of that and helping them sort of spread that message. But what it did for us is it opened the door to 50 or 60 restaurants and chefs. It gave our writers lots of things to write about. We were able to get various coupons and those kind of things back from these restaurants that we could use to promote things on our Facebook page. And so it was a win-win marketing partnership arrangement. It's also opened up doors for us with a local movie theater, a marketing company called 43 Kicks, and we're able to get lots of sort of free tickets that we also then give away on our Facebook page to new movies and those kind of things. So the point that I'm really getting at is you want to look at this as a digital asset, and as you grow your digital base, there are lots and lots of other folks who are very interested in being a part of that with you. This is a thing that as you grow it, the cost to produce it declines each year because you have other folks that want to help and pitch in with that. One of the things you need to do, though, is produce regular and consistent content and articles. We publish about 35 articles a month on our online magazine, but I think you can get away with as low as 8 to 10 and still have sufficient links back to your websites. So to kind of understand how this works, it's like, okay, so I'm writing about the local sushi restaurant. What does that have to do with my apartment project? Well, nothing really, except that the folks renting your apartments are very interested in those kind of things. And each of your articles will have a link from your article back to your website. And it can be as simple as, this article brought to you by the good folks from Paragon Apartments. And as you start to create these links back, your parent website starts to gain prominence, and it comes up higher in a search listing. And that's kind of how it works. So the bottom line is you need to expand your digital footprint, and you do that by adding video for your content. You can do podcasts. But the easiest and most effective thing we think are to do blog posts. A few companies out there who are doing it right. Certainly Urbane Apartments, I'm a little partial to that. I think they rock the web. Also Paragon Apartments, they're doing a great job with their stuff. They've been able to cut their marketing budget in excess of 60%. I think that what Mike Brewer over at Mills Property in St. Louis is doing with their whole, they've launched a program called Neighborhoods. I think it's absolutely brilliant. They've gotten an array of different authors on board. I think some of them are residents and some of them are not residents. I think that they're paying a little something for this content, but what they're producing is just stellar stuff, and I know that's starting to gain a lot of traction for them. And I think and they've been able to drop other traditional marketing so that they can move their marketing budget around for their Neighborhoods project. Another guy that's doing a great job with this stuff is Mark Jolene over at J.C. Hart Apartments in Indianapolis. I'm not completely sure how Mark produces his content, but I know they've got I believe a separate blog for each apartment community. That is a way to do it, and I think it works well for Mark. However, if you've got several apartment communities in a given geographical location, we think that you can get away with doing just a regional blog as well, which sort of cuts down on the things you have to manage. That's our show for today. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll see you next week.